Good morning, Canadian Yarn Herd. My name's Alyssa, and today we're going to be making this little cat coaster. I'm going to be making it a little bit different than the one I made here. This is just a very basic one, so I'm going to add a little more detail to it. So I'm going to move you over to the overhead cat, and let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to be working with the Bayonet Handcrafters. I got this one at Walmart for, I think it was $2.50. This is called Overcast. You are going to want a tiny bit of pink. So this is out of my milk cotton. You're going to need a little bit of white. If you are just doing this basic coaster, you are not going to need anything more than the white and the pink. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a 4mm hook, and let's get started. I'm just going to put that in here. So we are going to start with a magic circle, and you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to single crochet 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I know this is probably very similar to all my other coasters, but there are slight differences. I do this one a little differently. There are some little additives, so you want to get that stitch right there, right through. Now, this next row, you're going to increase. This is your first increase row. And you're going to single crochet in 2 stitches in each stitch. So 2 single crochets there, and that is what's called an increase. Increase. 1 and 2. If you wanted to make a leg for an animal, you didn't necessarily have to increase. You could just do 6 stitches. But because we're doing a flat coaster and we want it to spread out, we are going to do the increases. 1, 2. If you saw my stuffed turtle amigurumi, then you will know that's what I did for the legs. I only did, I think, 6 stitches. 2. And then you're going to slip stitch this last one. Now this next one, you're going to do 1 stitch, single crochet, and then an increase. So 2 single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way around. Now you're going to do this type of pattern where you're going to increase in stitches. So that's your 6, first increase, 1 increase in stitch, 2 increase in stitch, 3 increase in stitch, 4 increase in stitch, 5 increase in stitch. So you're going to want to go till you have 5 stitches in between each increase. So 1 and then increase. So you would do 5 single crochets and then increase. I will come back when I have got it to that point, and I will show you what we do from there. Now that we are, yes, hello, handsome Salem. Yes, Salem. So now you're going to do 6 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then increase. And then you're going to do that about 3 times. So that's 1. So we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I see them. It's 2, and then 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm doing here is just measuring up to where I need to start. I think right about here, I'm going to add my pink. So you don't quite get it. You're going to do 4 stitches with the pink. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, turn. So now you're going to do 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, 1, 2, turn, and you're just going to do your single crochet here. So there's, actually no, I think I only did the 2, so I didn't actually do the third one. So I did the 2 single crochet, pull it up, make a tail, pull out, darn in said tail, go down to the back, turn around. I'm going to trim that off. You're going to come back here. You're going to slip into there. You're going to go into this one here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right, 4. You're going to do 2 at the top. Actually, I think what I was supposed to do was carry it over. So I did forget to carry it over, but what we're going to do is we're just going to pull it like that through. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now grab the pink, and remember this time to carry your yarn over. So you're going to do 4 stitches just like you did for the last one. So carry your yarn. 1, tell them where I want it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, turn, and 1, 2, and you are going to trim. Trim that off. Pull that through, darn it up. Turn in your ends. There we go. Cross down there. And it should be locked in pretty good. Pull anything you just tightened, because it does happen. And then trim that. Now you're going to pick up right here. You're going to come through. From the bottom, you're going to pick up. Chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see there's an increase right here. So this is where you're going to increase again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're back to the next increase. And then you're going to do your last 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your increase. 1, 2, and I always have one extra stitch because of the way I start it. And then you're just going to chain 2, and this will be your final row. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then increase. 1, 2. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do the whole row with you just so you can see how I go around the ears. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find that stitch there. So that's 6. You're not going to worry about increasing here. Do another one right there. Going to do 3 at the top of the ear. 1, 2, 3. You're then going to come down. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to stitch into there. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go in there. 1, 2, 3. And then here's you're going to do your 3 stitches in 1, 1, 2, 3. If you wonder why I'm doing the 3 at the top, that is how you travel around corners when you do crochet work. So if you're doing a blanket, you will always do 3 stitches around the corner. If you're just increasing, you do 2. If you are doing a corner, you do 3. And then you just pick up this one here, and you just go all the way around. So this is where you start your increases again. 2, 3, and 4. That's an increase row next. So there we go. 1, 2, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's your increase. No, wait, no, it's 7. 2, I think. Can't remember anymore. But you just follow along wherever you see an increase, you increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's your increase. 1, 2, your last one, and then slip stitch it all together. Now, you're going to trim this, and you're going to darn this in. I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to change my light, and I will be back in just a second. So there we go, we got the light on, better light on. So now I'm going to just darn this in. And you want to go under that bar, in through that bars. There you go. Now it looks nicely fitted in. Just kind of take your yarn needle and you just kind of throw it in, thread it through, thread it back, and now. So if you want, there's your coaster. That is how I did it. That's where I got to. I think I did an extra row by accident, but that's my first row. So there's that one. Now what we're going to do for the nose that I'm going to add, so all of this will be pretty much darning in now. So you want to take the center here. You want to just kind of wrap it around the 2 stitches that are up here. Just kind of triangle nose, that. Just keep wrapping it around. Eventually, be able to go one like that. So there's the nose. I'm going to leave that there. Tie this up so it doesn't come undone. Peek out. So there's a nose. And now what you want to do is you want to grab white and a little bit, good length of white. And you're going to here. And you're going to out to about there. And there's one whisker. I'm going to tie it. So I'm not worried about the back. Just going to generally tie it. And I'm going to come into that stitch right there. Specifically want it to. I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to come down one more right there. And I'm going to go right there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to that stitch. And I'm going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right about there. So there's your first whisker on the second side. Here's your second. And here's the third. And there you go. And if they aren't perfect, I know. Mine usually are. But then we're going to just try and tighten them off. So you're going to come over, and this is how the back looks, just a little messy because you're not worrying so much about the back. Tie that off, and that way it should not come undone. Just tie to trim all these ends. You could darn them in. I don't want to because of the fact that I'm working with a different color base. Oh, I forgot to trim that guy. If you wanted to make the whiskers a little larger because you want a bit bigger, but generally, there you go. There's your coasters. So I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you again, and bye.